Hi, my name is Josh. This is my booktube channel. Wait a second, that's not right.
So as you just saw in the previous clip, it is Monday. I just finished filming my July wrap up and I thought I'd give you guys a little rundown of what I am currently reading. I am listening to Crest, the third book in the Lunar Chronicles series, because I am absolutely loving it. I am so addicted to this series. I cannot believe that. I didn't think it would happen like this. In this one, we are following the retelling of Rapunzel, where Crescent Moon is this shell girl from Lunar and she is stuck in a satellite. She works as essentially the IT hacker for Queen Lavanna from the Lunar Chronicles, from the Lunar Colony. Words. I've also been working on Black Widow Forever Read by Margaret Stoll. This is a comic novelization. We are getting two additional points of view of teenagers. One is Alex, who lives a fairly normal life, but he has a Black Widow tattoo for some reason, and he doesn't even know how he got it. At the same time, we're following Ava was actually rescued by Black Widow when she was 8 after Ava had been kidnapped by Ivan the Strange, who was actually Black Widow's own trainer in the Red Room. Right away, you can tell that there is a budding romance between Alex and Ava. Oh, I forgot to mention, Ava has dreams of Alex, like she knows who he is, and at one point she ends up meeting him and realizing, oh, this guy is real. Multiple of these tags are just lines that are a bit cringy for me. This is wrong. He shouldn't be here, and he shouldn't be with me, even if I want more than anything for him to stay. Unfortunately, with the 3 points of view, those need to be distinct enough that you can tell whose POV you're reading each chapter. Although it is listed at the beginning, I had a particularly hard time when we were seeing from a different perspective when all 3 characters were together. I'll probably read some tonight, so you'll see how that goes. Hey y'all, happy Tuesday. So I definitely lied. I did not read any of Black Widow last night. I'm starting to get a little scared that this might end up pushing me into a reading slump. I'm gonna try and power through it. We'll see. In my audiobook, I'm absolutely loving Crest still. Usually Thursday night is the night I go to my brother's, but I'm actually gonna go tonight because on Thursday I have a dentist appointment and I'm getting 4 fillings, so that'll be fun. But tonight I'm going to my brother's and we're gonna start watching season 2 of The Umbrella Academy. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see a little bit more of my angry baby Diego. So I'm hopefully going to try and read some of this tonight. We'll see how that goes. This giant whelp is what happens when you are super allergic to cats and you hold 2 separate cats in a 10-minute period. Worth it. So I listened to some more of Crest and I think I have like 2 hours left in the book, so I'll probably finish it today. But we officially hit my too many point of views number. On top of that, usually if there was a change of point of view previously, it would happen at a chapter change, whereas now it's happening within a chapter. So I assume there must be like a break between the points of view in the physical form, but since I'm listening to the audiobook, it's a bit confusing because it's very sudden and it's just like, oh, okay, now we're okay, we're on like a different place. As you guys saw, I actually read some of Black Widow last night and it's continuing to be a hair cringy. The romance between the 2 teenagers is very apparent now. I got to read this doozy of a line last night. I've never felt anything like this. Like you, he knew he was staring, but he couldn't help it. Like me, lying by your side. Everything seems different since I met you, he said, slowly, without realizing quite what he was saying. The further in I get, the more it appears that the two teenage characters are just fairly bland. They don't have a lot to them, in all honesty. But whenever we have Natasha's point of view, it seems a hair immature and doesn't quite fit the characterization of Natasha that I think of. Personally, I feel like if I was reading this as a teenager who didn't know a lot about the comics, I would feel a big disconnect if I read this and then read a Black Widow comic, because it's just going to be a very different character. I officially hit the halfway point, so hopefully I can power through this one. Depending on how this ends, I might not pick up the second one. I don't know. We'll see how this goes. I might be stopping by the library to get something new. We'll find out. Hey guys, so I just finished filming another video that's going to be coming out on the following Friday? No, the Friday, yes, the Friday following this vlog. Time is weird. Read a little bit more into Forever Red, and I had some additional stickies that I thought I'd talk about with you guys. Ava is revealing to Alex that she has been dreaming of him, and he's like, how is this possible? And she says, how is anything that's been happening lately possible? And all I can think is, I'm sorry, you live in the Marvel universe where there's like, you know, a guy that expels web and is swinging around constantly. There's a dude who has an adamantium skeleton, a guy who suffered from gamma radiation and runs around giant and green. Really? Like, viewing someone with your dreams is that's where you draw the line of being too weird. We get to see some of Tony Stark, and he has a pretty well-established relationship with Natasha, which I really appreciate. If it wasn't so blatantly obvious that this was more based off the MCU, I would almost think that Margaret Stoll might have been hinting to Natasha and Tony's relationship that they had at one point in the comics. Along with that, I have about an hour left in Cress. We've now seen from 9 people's point of views. We just recently added Queen Levana from the Lunar Colony, who's the villain character in this, and it's like, okay, this is a lot of people. Scarlet and Wolf continue to be the absolute cutest. Like, Wolf is so protective. I ended up getting some book mail, so I thought I'd open it with you guys. I'm pretty certain I know what it is, but why not? Oh, there we go. That was a nice satisfying, like, rip. Yay! So this is my nonfiction book I'm gonna try and read in August. This is Dirty Girl, the State-Sanctioned Murder of Brothel Madam Shirley Finn by Juliette Wills. In June 1975, dressed to impress in her finest ball gown, dripping with expensive jewelry and driving a limited edition luxury car, socialite and brothel Madam Shirley Finn was invited to the grounds of the Royal Perth Golf Club for a special occasion, her own modern-day public execution. With a blurb like that, like, intrigued. Unfortunately, I had to buy this new. I bought it through Thrift Books, but still I had to buy it new. I could not find it anywhere. Definitely intrigued. I'm pretty sure they mentioned this on My Favorite Murder in like an older episode. I think that's how I found it and I was interested in reading it. So yes, I'm going to attempt to read this at some point in August. Hey guys, so it's Thursday night. I went to the dentist today. My mouth hurts. Since I got off work early because of that, I got to read some more of Black Widow Forever Red. I have like 100 pages left. I'm really starting to feel like this is just way too dragged on. I think a lot of what I've previously read has been very much based on trying to build and explain this relationship between Ava, Natasha, and Alex, but I don't think it was really all that necessary. Part of what's mentioned in the summary on the back is literally just now starting to be investigated. I feel like the summary should have hit everything at least by this point. Along with that, there was like a plot twist that was part of the connection between Natasha, Alex, and Ava, and I wasn't terribly surprised by it. I kind of expected where it was going, and along with that, I didn't really like that twist. I'm kind of a purist. Usually I want things in the books or movies to remain fairly true to the comics, and what was done here just did not. Really just came out of left field. I also finished Cress, and I'm like, I love this series. I really didn't think I would love this series so much. I do still kind of have an issue with the amount of people whose perspective we saw from, but except for that, I've really loved this story, and I am already getting ready to start on I guess it's like a novella that's like between the third and the fourth book, and this one is following Queen Laevana's story from the Lunar Colony, who's like the villain character. That's really all I have to say for now. I'm gonna take a shower, probably try and read some more. Maybe, hopefully, I can possibly finish Black Widow. I've been starting to jump where if it's just descriptor text, I kind of just skim it, and then I only am really reading the dialogue at this point because, as I said, I just feel as though this is way longer than it really needs to be. Hey guys, happy Friday. So I officially finished the Black Widow Forever Read, and this book was just too long. The last 100 pages were probably the main plot, and this was 400 pages. It was too long. Unfortunately, not gonna be continuing with this series, but I'll live. I have decided to pick up The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky. This is my reread for the summer reading bingo, and it's also the book I'm doing for my online book club this month, so I can get through this pretty quickly. I have like a ton of highlights in it from when I first read this in high school, so I'm gonna go through and annotate it again, this time with sticky notes, which is my new preferred way, and I'm very curious to see how many times I mark the same lines. I've also been listening to Fairest by Marissa Meyer, and Laevana is like a 15-year-old, and she's so annoying and just like naive, and she's in love with an older man, and it's very, I don't want to say cringy a ton in this video, but it's also very cringy. I think part of the fact that like Laevana is a princess is she's very sheltered, and she doesn't understand like the real repercussions behind certain things. Her sister is like a giant narcissist, and she's the one in line for the crown technically, and she just does not plan to do anything serious. I kind of pity Laevana, but at the same time I kind of don't. That's all for now. I'm going over to my boyfriend's tonight. See you later.
What is editing? This sorcery never heard of this sorcery.
It's where you take the film and you cut out what you don't want to be seen. So
you can do that?
For example, I may be cutting out this entire scene. I might leave it in, we'll see.
Please don't.
Now it's gonna happen. So hello y'all, it's Saturday. This is my boyfriend.
Hi.
Say your name.
My name is Josh. Can we do a refill? Hi, my name is Josh. This is my booktube channel. Wait a second, that's not right.
So the day following when this video will be coming out is actually gonna be our anniversary. So I thought I would make him do a few questions from the booktube boyfriend tag. So for one, how long have we been dating?
We have been dating almost 4 years now.
Well, at least you got that right. What is your Hogwarts house?
It usually falls between Gryffindor and Ravenclaw.
Gryffindor's the best.
I'm a Ravendor.
What is my most anticipated book? Like, I can't wait to read.
I know you want to read The Ninth House, but aside from that...
He only knows that because he bought it and I told him I was going to borrow it.
Yeah, pretty much.
I guess I should have asked, are you a reader?
Occasionally, yeah. Not like extremely active, but I like to read a book here and there.
What was the last book I read?
Oh boy.
I talked about it last night.
I know, and what was it?
I talked about 2 of the last books I've been reading last night.
I know, and I remember you talking about them, but now I can't remember what book they were. I don't know.
What's the book I just recently picked up that I've read twice since being at your house?
Oh, duh. Black Widow.
No, but I did last read Black Widow, so technically yes. What's my favorite book? I have a lot that could be correct for this. Just name something you think I really love.
You like The Outsiders, Circe, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Moxie also, right?
I do really like Moxie. It's one of my favorites. Yeah, I'd say so. That's 3. I'll let you off the hook with 3.
Yes.
What is my favorite book genre?
Oh, definitely like murder mystery.
Yep, got that one.
Hands down.
What book would you consider reading that I've talked about recently? Or just in general, like if I talked about a book and you wanted to read it.
I would try to read the Charlie Davidson ones that you're really into. That's also another one to add to your favorites.
Okay, yeah, yeah. Those both, that is right, that is one of my favorites. And okay, I would be interested to see if you'd read that. I have to get the first book back though. Superhero or supervillain?
Hero.
Not surprised. Who is my favorite superhero? I'm just adding this one on.
I would probably say top of just everything, Batman, Batgirl, that whole family.
I'll keep you around. You did pretty good.
Appreciate that.
Hey y'all, happy Sunday. So I've been working on The Perks of Being a Wallflower and I'm really enjoying it again. I'm very glad because I was very worried that it was going to be one of those books where I reread it as an adult and I was like, wow, why did I like this? Ugh. But that hasn't happened, thankfully. Had a good few tabs, but I'm definitely not marking the same points that I did from when I was a teenager. And I think I'm realizing that when I read this as a teenager, I definitely identified with the characters a lot more and just could relate to them and what they were living through, and I didn't really understand why, or didn't process why at least. And now rereading it as an adult, I see that the reason I related to these characters so much is because they're experiencing all these different things that just come with growing up. That's probably why I related to these characters and loved this book so much, because it covers so many different experiences you just go through while you are transitioning into adulthood. Definitely think, although it's never truly discussed, that Charlie may have like a social anxiety or may even be like on the autistic spectrum. Obviously do know a big reveal that kind of sort of explains why he acts the way he does, but I think there may be more to that isn't really explored or specifically stated. I also finished listening to Fairest. I thought I had like another hour left in this, but it turned out to only be like 3 minutes and the rest was a sneak peek into winter, so I ended up finishing really quickly. Levana was very naive for majority of this, and towards the very end like an event happened that kind of snapped her into reality, and even then she was still very detached. She's also just becomes incredibly power hungry, which I wasn't really surprised about. I almost would call her a narcissist, but she does have flaws and she is aware of those flaws, but her ability to glamour herself keeps others from seeing those. I already got Winter for the next audiobook I'm going to listen to, and I can officially finish off this series. Super excited for that. I have the last 2 parts of Perks left, and I'll probably finish this maybe tomorrow. So I am planning to make a trip to the library, so I won't be able to give you guys another update because I have to finish editing this video and upload it to YouTube. So thank you so much for coming to my channel this week, guys. I really appreciate it. Make sure to hit like and subscribe down below. I come out with videos on Monday and Friday every week, but until then, I hope you continue to have a terrific day. Bye.